Hello and welcome to another episode of Connecticut at your service. My name is Carmen Nieves and I am your host. And we come to you live each Tuesday at 6:30 where we feature individuals that are making a difference in the community by their work. As we do every week, our goal is to educate, engage, and empower. So we bring you individuals that make a difference in our community, and today is no different. Today we have Mr. Don Wilson. He is with Bridgeport Youth Lacrosse, and not only is he a friend, but he's a sportsman, a community leader, a peacemaker. Although he's not born in Bridgeport, he lives and breathes this community through sports. So I'm gonna bring you guys on. We're gonna bring on Don, who's gonna share with us a little bit about your work and who you are. Yes. You know, I got a lot of stuff here, but I have a lot of information because we've known each other and we're friends and community brother and sisters in our community. But tell me a little bit about you.
So, I'm Don Wilson, president and founder of Bridgeport Youth Lacrosse. I've been in the community for over 20 years. We started the sports organization Bridgeport Youth Lacrosse in 2008, and we've been serving the community with different variety of sports and enrichment programs and community engagement events throughout the year. So it's quite an honor to be here, and I thank you for, the invite to be on your show. And like you said, it's been a while. I've been supposed to be in this seat, so thank you. I appreciate your patience, and I'm here to really take part in what you're doing. Thank you.
I want to get into a lot of the stuff that you're doing.
Yes.
So the first thing I want to do is have you share with our viewers what you do as an organization. So we've got some slides. So if you could just briefly touch on each one, because I want to make sure we have time for your events.
In terms of programming, we serve the youth with the community with a variety of sports. So lacrosse, track and field, flag football, you name it, we are providing the community with those activities for health and wellness. So we also have a yoga program, and our yoga program started on the field, and now we have developed a great partnership with the North Branch Library, and so now that program is inside the library every Saturday morning from 10 to 11. And so out of that, we are now offering the community our latest program, which is our fitness, family fitness boot camp.
So, and that goes under your yoga or your STEM?
That's going to go under our yoga and health and wellness programs. Awesome. So you could come in from 9 to 11 now. So from 9 to 10, you participate in the boot camp, and then you could participate in the yoga program. We also have a STEM, esports coding program, and that's a really enrichment program for our youths. We're meeting students where they are, and so if they're gaming, and we used to frown upon gaming and kids playing video games, but now it's just such a huge opportunity. It's a college recruiting opportunity. So kids who are really good at gaming can go to college on a scholarship. And they are playing in these huge tournaments that are up to $1 million in some instances where these kids are gaming. So wherever your student is, we now currently have a beautiful partnership with the Lighthouse program. And so we're in 6 after-school programs. And so our after-school programs, we are partnered with the Lighthouse programs. And here are some of our other engagement, our Career Pathways program. So we have a Career Pathways program where teach kids civic engagement and teaches them how to be coaches and referees. And our summer camp is really an amazing opportunity for young people to participate in our outdoor classrooms. So that environment just lends to health, wellness. We have nutritionalists that comes in and talk to the kids, and all violence prevention professionals that comes in and talk to our kids. So those are our pillars: technology, education, sports, violence prevention and community engagement. Those are what we really thrive at doing.
That's all
inside.
I've ever known you as.
But we go way back, and I commend you for your longevity as well here in the community. I remember when we started way back when I did my first event around 2009 or so, and taking pictures of the event and supporting it.
And my grandkids,
yes.
my grandbabies have been part of your camps and everything.
Yes.
So I want to just talk a little bit about I love all the things that you've done, and a lot of people think that just happens overnight. But you've been at this game
over
a
17
long time.
years. Yeah.
What got you started, and why lacrosse?
So lacrosse, and shout out to Team Puerto Rico and Team Mexico, because I first started lacrosse in Bridgeport, to think, and I dreamt like one day how I first got into lacrosse. So I went to a game at Madison Square Garden at an indoor version of lacrosse, and all I could see was 10 Usain Bolts running back and forth up the field because it was so fast. And I said, the light went off for me, and I was like, yes, Bridgeport kids can play lacrosse. They're fast, they're agile, they're mobile, they're basketball players, they have the IQ to play lacrosse. And so that was the birth of lacrosse in Bridgeport. I had my son was playing in Greenwich, Connecticut, where he went to school. And I'm traveling back and forth 7 days a week, and I'm like, nah, there's got to be a better way.
Because you were coaching or something,
because I was coaching and taking him to school and back and forth 7 days a week. And so we decided to start a program in Bridgeport. And 17 years later, we have Team Puerto Rico, who's in the World Championships right now in South Korea. And, that's a beautiful thing. And then you have Team Mexico, and that's playing right now in the World Championships, and they're moving on to the second round. And you have Jamaica, of course, that's moving on to the second round of the World Championships. And we're looking forward to, in 2028, lacrosse being a featured sport in the Olympics. For the first time in a number of years, lacrosse is going to be featured in the Olympics along with flag football. So those sports, I'm beaming because I'm seeing that vision come through, where it's a shorter game and it's a quicker game, where it's going to be those fast, athletic, mobile athletes that can survive.
You
so
have to really feel good about that, because you got it started here.
Yeah, to see where the game has gone from Africa.
And how much you've grown.
And how much we have grown.
And how many programs you have.
And how many programs we have.
I can't even keep track.
Hey, listen, we're just here serving the community, and these programs are here to engage our community and to, have the community start adapting healthy, happy lifestyles, right? Health is wealth, right?
And just engage, and everything that you've done as families, because even when you have your events, families are invited.
Yeah,
and they come to watch.
Yes, you're wearing this beautiful orange shirt, and I just remember we just had our Peace Week event back in June, and that's a week-long event for community engagement, where we had our middle school sports league championship.
You've done that for years.
And I've done that for years. We work with the middle schools here in Bridgeport for our flag football, our track and field, our soccer. And this year we're going to be adding lacrosse into that intramural mix. So we're really engaged in creating the culture for a feeder program to feed the high schools from the middle school. So giving these kids those great values, so sportsmanship.
And that's where to do it too.
Yeah, in the middle school and even younger. So even developing those good characteristics, those good sportsmanship, right? The resilience, character development, right? Leadership, all those skills that you could learn on a sports field that are transferable into the work, into the classroom,
and life.
into
Not
life.
everybody knows how to be a good sportsman.
Not everybody's a good sportsman.
You know
Oh
what I
my
mean?
goodness, not everybody's a good. And you'll
Kids
be
or parents.
Kids or parents, and you'll be surprised. That's why you have parents acting badly on the sideline, right? Or even your boss being a bully or acting, like he's never been a part of a team, right? Because when you're a part of a team and you understand that team concept, listen, there's nothing better than surviving and building friendships, lifelong friendships from a team.
And not mattering how you play.
And not mattering how you play.
As long as a team win is a team win.
And that's why we've developed certain programs, because when we started with flag football, it wasn't a high school sport. It was just for kids to come out and have fun. Remember when you thought about flag football, it was like powder puff, right? You talked about, it's girls playing powder puff.
Who wants to play girls?
Who wants to play the girls, right?
Some boys are scared of them girls.
Some boys, I'll show you some girls. Them boys better be still scared of them girls, okay? So we have that kind of environment, and that's another program that we have. This spring, the New York Giants partnered with us to do an all-girls flag football tournament, and we did that this spring. And now this fall, we're going to have an all-girls flag football league.
So we're going to share those in a little bit. It's just that there's so much to you that a lot of people don't know.
They want to put us in a box. And you can't put me in a box, okay? You cannot put me in a box.
You don't fit in a box.
I don't fit in, and I'm not a big guy, but you cannot put me in a box. You know what I mean?
I think that, a lot of people, they think that, oh, you just came up with this, but you've been at this for years.
There's lots been come and gone. Lots have come and gone.
And
I'm still here.
Young people that go and come back.
And young people that we've sent on to college and come back and working here now in the school system. That's a win. And working for us and into the school system. So that's a beautiful thing. So we have a girl that just got into Yale this year, and she's going off to Yale to pursue her studies. That's quite an accomplishment. We had a gentleman last year that graduated from one of the top engineering institute in the country, RPI, Rensselaer Polytechnic Institute, and he's off and running and doing his thing. And then my son, now he's off and doing his thing. He's working on in the financial district and finance. And these kids are.
And what about the boss? Don't forget the boss.
These kids are making, great decisions and moving on and achieving some life goals that they set for themselves.
Who's the boss at your office?
There's always a good woman. So my daughter, she's
for years.
Yes, she's been
for years.
Yeah, you know her, Carmen.
Yes.
You know her. She's quite amazing, and I owe a lot to her. She's a beautiful person that has come into her own as a leader, and I could faithfully say I could turn this organization over to her. And she could make it go even possibly places that I can't take it, because legacies. That's what we want to do.
Legacies.
Create these legacies. Yeah, and that's what we want to do as adults, as parents, as, knowing that the children is our future, and we have to take care of we have to nourish, we have to feed their hearts. We have to take care of their brains, right? But most of all, we have to feed their hearts with love and compassion.
And then people in the community have to feed each other with support, and resources and volunteers. Without talking about money, what are some ways, before we get into your events, that people can support your organization?
Just spread the word, right? Just recruit these kids, bring them to us, right? Because when you let me give you the definition of success. Showing up.
Absolutely.
Consistency. Right?
Absolutely.
So if you could put a bunch of kids that you see, I remember back in the days where we used to pile in a station wagon, and we would go to the field, and there would be somebody's mom who's driving that station wagon or driving that minivan.
And got a bunch of kids in there.
And only got one kid in there. And I'm going to shout out my mama bears. I'm going to shout Ada and all of my mama bears that took care of all of our kids when they were coming up. I just want to shout them out. It's a beautiful thing. We gotta have that community, and community means the village, right? And if we're thinking about how do we get back our community, it's got to come through the village. And we want
to be engaged
at
whatever level you want to engage. Not everybody can raise money. Not everybody can be a cheerleader. We were talking about before. I'm like, I got a bad knee, so I'll run nowhere. I don't walk too far.
Come out.
But there's different things that people can do.
When you look at, like, just to mention Fairfield, the youth over there, they're in the World Series of Little League for baseball. And you just saw them have a watch party where over 500 people come out and support those kids. Right? What better feeling could a kid get that to hear, like, I'm out here playing. Dude, did you hear? It was like 500 people gathered to support us. Man, I'm playing my butt off because I know my community is with me. I want to bring that goal home. So that's the feeling we want to create with these kids, to give them that environment of success, right? Where they feel like they can be successful. And they feel like they're achieving some level of success in their own rights.
I love your energy, and I don't want to miss the opportunity to share with you this amazing individual. If you're just tuning in, his name is Don Wilson, and he's with Bridgeport Youth Lacrosse.
Thank you.
And he is just a sportsman, a community leader, a peacemaker.
Yes.
So I want to make sure that we talk a little bit about how decorated you are. You've gotten awards from the mayors. You've gotten awards from the workplace. You've gotten others about celebrating your work.
Yes.
And I've never seen you, I have to tell you, I've never even seen you promote that you're getting anything.
No,
you're so understated.
So, I have a feeling about awards and, that kind of gratitude and reception. So I don't want to take something, if you have never seen my program, if you have never touched my program, you have never felt my program, I don't feel like you deserve to give me an award because you don't know what my work is. You've only heard about my work. You've never seen it, you've never touched it.
But they might have a youth that you mentored because you're a mentor,
yeah,
you're
but
a coach.
You would still have a touch point with the organization. And that's just me.
My point is.
That's just me.
My point is
yes.
that more people need to know how amazing you are.
And
how much you give back to the community.
I understand.
So I see you ain't trying to go there. So
I understand.
We're going to go on to the next. We have some slides of
I'm
some
very
events.
grateful, though.
Listen,
I'm very grateful.
You're so incredible that I think more people need
yeah.
to support you. I try to support you
Yes.
as best I can.
Yes.
But there's little nuggets that people can do to support each other in general.
Yes.
So let's talk a little bit about
yes,
your open house.
Let's go. So let's talk about what's coming up in the community, and we are super excited. We got our fall sports coming up starting September 6th. So on September 6th, we're gonna have a fall open house, and you could come to our location, which is Veterans Park, located at 3455 Madison Avenue. That's behind North Branch Library. And on that day, there was a special mural that was just completed up at North Branch Library that the library itself is going to do a reveal.
On that same day?
On that same day.
Oh,
so
awesome.
There's just going to be so many activities going on. Face painters. We have our open house where families could come down and learn about our programs, sign up, register right on site for all our fall programs, which is going to have lacrosse, cross-country track and field, flag football, soccer, our soccer league, and our family fitness boot camp. So come on down. Listen, we have, and then our esports program. So
we're going to get to that 1 second.
Yep,
Because I have questions about that one.
So also we have, go ahead, our girls flag football league. That's starting this fall, right? So we have girls registered from our spring program, and we are looking to grow upon those numbers. So we are encouraging our girls to participate, yes. And then this fall, as you see, Let's Play Bridgeport. That's our campaign. So this is our campaign where we want your organizations to be a part of it. So we're looking for sponsors. We're looking to partner with organizations to deliver health and wellness. As you can see, we have our hiking trails. We got our family fitness boot camp, our yoga, soccer, lacrosse, and our running club. All of these activities take place on a Saturday morning or on a Tuesday or a Thursday afternoon in the fall. So all of these activities, these flyers, registration is on our website. We're just training healthy minds and bodies and inspiring greatness. And that's what we focus on, the character development, inspiring our youth to dream big, because that's our tagline, building a bridge to new horizons.
And some of your volunteers are from the local colleges, right?
Yes, a lot of our volunteers.
Because I see them playing with the kids when I've come over there.
So a lot of our volunteers come through Sacred Heart and Fairfield U, and now UB. We'll develop a great relationship with them, but a lot of our work is done through volunteerism, through giving back, a spirit of community. So you ask, how can you help? Giving back, volunteering for one of our events that we have throughout the year. We have a beautiful Halloween event that served over 800 families last year. We had over 850 families.
You already have a date for this year?
This year it's October 25th. And then we are also going to have a fundraiser on October 19th for adults. We're going to do Oktoberfest this year, October 19th.
And you do that all at the library?
All at the library, this is going to happen. And so
I don't want this to escape us. So
yes.
give me one quick second.
Yes.
So tell me a little bit about your esports. And those that are just tuning in, here's Don's contact information, their Facebook page, their website, their telephone number. But tell us a little bit about your esports.
So our esports, started with a collective of groups here in Bridgeport and really blossomed into a competition and college visits. So the kids in the program are immersed in this esports coding AI program.
Which is they make their own?
Which is now these kids are learning how to code their own AI bots. They're also playing video games, which we call video games, but Rocket League, Smash Bros. These are the games that they're playing as in competition. But what we are teaching the youth now is coding and AI. And so within that, they're learning how to program their own personal AI bots. And I was talking to you earlier, and I said, 10 years ago, if you said to someone, how do you duplicate yourself, you would be scratching your head and saying, ooh, that's a challenging one. But now, you could program your AI bot to be you when you are not present. So
my husband may not be able to handle that.
Well, he would have to code it to be exactly him, and that's where the work.
Don't tell him that's how you do it.
And that's the work. That's where the work happens, right? Coding.
So this is so awesome. I want to make sure that people are going onto the website, that you're attending the event.
Yes.
But I don't want to end this session because you're involved in so many different organizations. But I want to talk a little bit about your work with community gardens.
Ooh.
So tell me a little bit about that because it's so awesome.
So our community gardening work, I'm a naturalist. I'm a nature boy. If that's what my kids call me, bushman, and because I'm always outside in the garden. I'm barefoot. I'm grounded. I love working with my hands in the dirt. And so this started for us with GVI, Green Village Initiative. I have community beds on that farm. up on Reservoir Avenue. And so for the last like 6 years, we've been growing food and sharing it with our community, with our families. And we also encourage our youth to participate in the growing process, teaching them how to do seeding, how to nourish those plants, growing those seedlings from seed all the way through, planting it in the ground,
and sharing
then,
it,
and then watching it grow and harvesting the fruits of your labor. So kids are now doing that, and we see the benefits of teaching kids how to be.
You guys sell from there?
We do not sell. We give everything away.
Okay.
We actually, my yoga community, my yogis, tend to the garden. We have a second garden. Actually, we have a second garden now at the North Branch Library. And
that's like your permanent little home, which I think is excellent.
That's
what partnership is all about.
That's what partnership is about. So North Branch Library and the Bridgeport library system overall has been a great resource for Bridgeport Youth Lacrosse and been a great partner. Our yoga program is now housed in there. Our esports program is housed in the North Branch Library, and our community garden is housed at North Branch Library. So those are 3 great programs. So when you say we're doing a lot, just think about just those 3 programs in terms of community, right? Those are just bridging gaps to families and communities so they could take advantage.
Just getting them involved.
And getting them involved. So that doesn't take a lot of labor. That doesn't take a lot of work. Those are just things that happen, right? And so having that partnership with the library is brilliant. I love it. And I thank all the staff there and all the board members for their support. And the city of Bridgeport, the volunteers, the city of Bridgeport has been a huge support of ours as well. So I want to thank our community partners. Carmen, you have been a great partner for us as well.
Because I'm a fan. It's easy when you're a fan. And I see the work that you do, and it's really about the kids and the families.
Yes.
Because I remember, I'm not always going to tell you that I always had, I remember I didn't have money to get the equipment.
Yeah.
And you gave my grandkids the equipment.
Yeah.
You really are, I don't know if it was donated to you or what, but you didn't even ask me. I said that I didn't have it, and you produced it.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of people in our community that are good and give. Many are just not asked. So if you don't ask me, I ain't doing whatever it is because I just want to go home and be lazy.
True.
But I think that
if
us
you
as community
leaders
have to be better at saying, I need you.
Yes.
Can you help me? And even if it's one little thing, I remember you came you were having a painting event.
And I got your easels.
And I was like, Don, I can't come, but come and pick up paints and easels. And so I think that, I remember one time we were just asking people, just bring water.
Yes.
That you're outside.
Yes.
And it isn't anything that costs people a lot of money. Your time and a little bit.
Time and a little bit.
Tell us one more time how people can engage with you, Don.
So Bridgeport Youth Lacrosse, BridgeportSportsAcademy.com, info@BridgeportYouthLacrosse.org. We're on Facebook. We're on Instagram. Bridgeport Youth Lacrosse. If you Google us, you'll find us. We come up. We've been doing this work in the community for over 17 years, and I hope to be here another 100 years doing this work. So thank you.
And if not, you got Nyla got it.
Nyja has this.
Nyja has it.
Yes.
Nyja has it.
Yes.
So is there anybody any last words? We have maybe 30 seconds of anything that you would like to share about yourself, your work.
So this work is God, and I just want the community to understand, I don't move unless God moves me to this work, because we're dealing with children, and you have to be very, very careful when you're working with children, because the children are our future, and I just want everybody to join us in this work that we are inspiring our children, and I thank you.
Who inspires you?
My grandmother and my mother.
That's awesome. Thank you, everyone, for tuning into another episode of Connecticut at Your Service. Don, thank you so much for being here. Remember to tune in each week at 6:30 where you'll learn about amazing people in our community.
Thank you.
We'll see you then.
Thank you.